Hi guys, Martin here with another roundup of all the latest racing game news straight from the Team VVV website. Last week, virtual reality gaming came closer to becoming a reality with Sony's unveiling of Project Morpheus. But this week, Oculus fought back with the earth-shattering announcement that they've been bought out by Facebook. VR Farmville, here we come. Now, Facebook acquired Oculus for $2 billion, which actually pales in comparison to their recent acquisition of WhatsApp for $19 billion. What's interesting though is that, perhaps unsurprisingly, Facebook envision a much wider use for virtual reality beyond gaming, with plans to use the technology for communications, media, entertainment, education, as well as other areas. This news hasn't exactly gone down with the gaming community, however, sparking fears that their plans will overshadow the core gaming credentials of Oculus Rift. Whatever the outcome though, this seems like the next step in revolutionising virtual reality for the mass market. It was only a matter of time before a giant corporation swooped in, really. Alan's posted a lengthy blog discussing his thoughts on the matter, but you can also leave yours in the comments below. Oculus Rift already supports a number of PC racing games such as iRacing, rFactor 2 and Project Cars. In contrast, we learned last week that Sony's Project Morpheus won't be supporting Drive Club, which seemed very bizarre. Thankfully though, Slightly Mad Studios has stepped in, announcing Project Cars as the first racing game to support the PS4's headset. Slightly Mad certainly seem to be a strong advocate for VR headsets in racing games, in what they believe will provide a fresh and exhilarating new perspective for virtual racing. But for those of you who have no desire to play your games whilst wearing a heavy face mask and feeling sick all the time, Microsoft has spoken to core PC gamers with the announcement that their DirectX 12 graphics software will likely be available next year to once again revolutionise PC gaming. Curiously though, Forza 5 was shown running on a PC to demonstrate the software. But before you get your hopes up that Forza 5 is getting a PC port, Microsoft say it was merely a tech demo to demonstrate the power and ease of development and how console-like efficiency will be possible on a PC. But now we return to the sore subject of Drive Club's delay, with some rather bleak news from behind the scenes. We're very sad to report that Evolution Studios have been hit by numerous staff layoffs, along with other first-party Sony developers. This already bad news was then compounded by the announcement that the game director has also left Evolution. All these signs point to a very troubled development, but Sony are sticking to their guns, insisting that these setbacks have not affected the development of Drive Club, and that a new game director and release date will be announced in the weeks to come. By the time this goes up, Milestone's MXGP will be available to buy, in what promises to be a more faithful game adaptation of Motocross than what we had with Mud. We've got plenty of coverage on Milestone's latest bike 'em up, with plenty more still to come. But then, just to make sure we haven't forgotten that MXGP isn't the only biking game out this year, Ubisoft released a new trailer for Trials Fusion, which showcases the new trick system, along with fun ways to break every bone in our hapless rider's body. Meanwhile, PC Sim Racers has an obscene amount of new car announcements to chew on this week. First off, Project Cars will be getting the all-new Ford Mustang GT that we first saw in Need for Speed Rivals. Also, two of the Audis announced last week have already been added, with the additions of the Audi R8 V10 and GT3. As a bonus, the Ford Mustang Cobra Trans Am competition car has also been added, which makes it the first fully licensed American stock car to appear in the game. Assetto Corsa players are also in for a treat this week, as it's looking like Niki Lauda's vintage Ferrari 312T Formula 1 car will be featured in this Friday's fortnightly update. Elsewhere, the Audi 90 GTO touring car is coming to Race Room Experience. We can't wait to not only drive it, but also hear it, as Race Room Experience has some of our favourite engine sounds in any racing game. So the Audi's turbocharged engine should be an absolute oral assault. Roof has invaded yet another racing game that doesn't have a license to use Porsche. This time it's Auto Club Revolution. While we don't have a release date on when we can expect Roof's invasion, the provided gallery sent by Utechnics implies that the RT12S, RGT8 and the CTR3 will be featured in part of what is said to be a very big update for the game. R-Factor 2 also had a new car release with the Panels Roadster available as a free download. You may remember it was one of the main cars to feature in the original R-Factor, although personally I have very fond memories of playing it in Midtown Madness. Meanwhile, the team is currently working on the new Gen 6 stock car, which you can see here in some early work in progress screenshots. It's been a while since we've had any developments on Slightly Mad's free-to-play Water Speed, but now we've had confirmation of 2 new cars that will feature in the game. Mitsubishi will be bringing their Evolution 10 FQ4000, renowned as one of the most powerful Evo variants in the world, while Renault will be represented by the Megane RS 265 hot hatch. Vita gamers rejoice! At long last, a new racing game is being released on Sony's portable powerhouse. Well, sort of new anyway. Technically, tabletop racing has been out on iOS and Android devices for a good while now, but the Vita version, scheduled for this spring, will feature enhanced graphics, refined handling, and, most importantly, button control as opposed to hideous touchscreen controls, which means you actually have direct control of the cars. Don't forget, MXGP is also out on Vita this week, which I'll be bringing you some video and information on very shortly. That's it for now though, but I'll be back next time with another roundup. As always, you can visit teamvvv.com for all the latest racing game news, and you can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.